Superstores Limited nero eduka cholide ili kubatuka chirangi cha Crown Paints eyure company namba yemo iyo korose chirangi minenseliga ya Kenya. Crown Paints nigo emanyira soko raisia ebintu biriya bikomanya seka ngo kwanira chirangi echo boyiko chire chichi brand ao echo chire chingi ya kirage chirangi chiga nigo chire chibirengo ao nabono babwata chirangi cyo mwakwa imeye nyumba isiko ya nyumba chire chikomentera nibwa amavuta yani oil na bwigo chiriya chamache inyuranga chirangi chiga nigo chire korwase chire chiri buriyike iriya gatigati wekariguri iriya bantabati bwigo imeya uru Superstores nero eduka yuka iyo bwate emixer iyo bwochogane chirangi wikabuno uraganye bwochoganiri erangiriga aseduke ya uru Superstores na bwokwege namuna ekale aho watagete nigo kwa yenora bwikirano tutari rero eribwe nyorere abamanyi nabwigo Ekeonga enyumba yao use hasomete use chire chibiasara njibwato korolekana ukuya na ayonsi nigo araikirane ekero utumikite chirangi cha Crown Paints eduke ya uru Superstores yerotoka se enyumba ya uru complex imiyumu chuyigo musongo eyuerange neduka ya Safaricom Mwigo ngotuka bari ase nyumba ya JM Towers eyure angene wingi ya Credit Bank asamage bakire simbutera se namba chabo 0111161500 Uru Superstores, the people's choice, guaranteed lowest prices. Karibu nyumbani.
Vipi, mbona mbwata hapa? Nini shida?
Unajikuta nani mshikaji wangu? Yaani unaweza ukavaa ujasiri kiasi cha kwamba unaweza kutoka na wadogo zetu kwa mada zetu ambao tunawategemea baadaye waje kuwa watu wakubwa, afu unakuja kuwachezea kirahisi. Oya, Omboi. Sikiliza nikwambie. Ni mkubwa anapata tabu kinoma kumsomesha ubinti. Si unanielewa? Mimi napambana kinoma na kaba huko mzee kwa sababu mdogo wangu mimi aishi vizuri. Afu boya mshamba kama wewe unakaa na pumbavu wenzako mnashawishiana kuja kutongoza ndugu zetu. Hivi si wangu, naomba nikuulize. Kuna wanawake wangapi uko wanajiuza? Mpaka wengine wanatimuliwa katika madangulo. Serious, unakuja kutembea na mwanafunzi?
Werere bya mwanchwa omo ligarali Chinsa ni Inye chia bana maragoba litugaliga lya ramisi chitariki 12 omotienyi ogatano nalimo omwaka wa 2025 chinga kya manganya ko bakwane kiwanne mono kurwa ase bunge nene ase omwasiri bwechibesa omusika John Mbadi anyaka bakasoma budget ya jiturilioni Inye ne point ibere na kianda usini utaibere na kianda 4.29 trillion jeni ngor ku Haron Ototo nyangiri tokubate na kuranza memejirio nigakor kwa Wilson Makoli na Ekeonga Chinsa nyani gotoko cha kurwaze bunge yo astokume umuna ase ekiganja gyo wose ase chibeze chanya kwa chiko soka 4.29 trillion ejenya kwa chiko somune budget yo mwaka bwechirwe na 25 mo nigo mwase John Mbadi anyaka bagako bwatoka chishiringi chibilion chimi isar na ibere Timi isa na ibere 702 billion wachia se ensemo gose wizara elia yechisemi.
Mr. Speaker, I have proposed a total allocation of 702.7 billion to the education sector, which is almost 28% of our entire budget. This will include an allocation of 387.2 billion to the Teacher Service Commission. The allocation for TSC will include 7.2 billion for recruitment of intern teachers and 980 for capacity building of teachers on competence-based education curriculum. Further, I have proposed an allocation of 7 billion for free primary education, 28.9 billion for junior and secondary school capitation, and 51.9 billion for free day secondary education. In addition, Mr. Speaker, I have also proposed an allocation of 5.9 billion for administering the national examinations, 3 billion for the school feeding program, and 7.2 billion for the recruitment of instant teachers. I think that one I'd already mentioned, that's a repeat, and 4 billion for the technical, vocational, educational training and entrepreneurship project. Mr. Speaker, to enhance infrastructure development and provide a safe learning environment in our schools, I have proposed an allocation of 1.7 billion for primary and secondary schools infrastructure, and 1.4 billion for construction and equipping of technical training institutes and vocational training centers. In addition, I have proposed 13.3 billion for the Kenya Primary Education Equity in Learning Program, and 2.3 billion for the Kenya Secondary School Quality Improvement Project. Mr. Speaker, other proposed allocations to the education sector include 993 million for research, science, technology, and innovation, 41.5 billion to the Higher Education Loans Board for provision of loans to university and TVET students, and this has increased from 35 billion.
Umo wa Sirijon Mbade nikanya kwa kwanra igoro yemero bali ya barokigwa na mono chinga ki okunguzara kwa nyaka kwa nikiwa igoro yibeza chamatem sanya kwa gatane kwa chinkwana chikendate gati ye wizara yichisemi no wizara elia yechibesa ilikuwa niki abuna miro bali onti yichisemi ko nyale ko bagi ko endera na boygo niko nyara kwa ko beka chibesa ensemo chiko chikwana kuna abarokimu jibale ko ramatem ayo pututukana bonde wensi butayo.
Examination fees for all primary and secondary school candidates, including those from well-off households, as opposed to targeting the vulnerable students in our schools. We should also explore options of making the exercise of delivering national examinations simple and affordable without compromising the credibility of the exercise. To this end, the National Treasury is in consultations with the Ministry of Education on how best to achieve this at a minimal cost possible, including evaluating possible cost-sharing mechanisms. Mr. Speaker, the government remains committed to ensuring access to quality education for all children. In this regard, I assure the public and the 2025 examination candidates of our commitment to provide adequate funding for 2025 national examinations. The implementation of the collective bargaining agreements and funding requirements under the new university education financing model have placed significant demands on the available fiscal space. These challenges have led to cash flow pressures and a buildup of pending obligations, necessitating careful fiscal management and reprioritization. To address these evolving dynamics, the government prepared supplementary budget estimates to accommodate revenue shortfalls experienced during the current fiscal year and accommodated expenditure pressures.
Umo wa Sirijon Mbade boygo nikanya kwa kwanra igoro ya universal health coverage asanya kwa dikimiro yo serikali ya bikire kwa na kiabuna aborokigwo gose abarwaire gosaba kenya ngonya baro bweni asinya kitale wetira so murobelio yo asanya kwa bika ekiganja gosichibesa gochiase umurobelio sha na boygo ase ensemo yobwagachi bwenya kitali ya Kisii Cancer Center gati yembirobelio ndemenge eyo nyara kubaga kubeka chibesa gochiase Chinsa mecho
various developers. Let me turn to universal health coverage. Mr. Speaker, access to quality and affordable health care through the universal health coverage program is central to this government. Towards this end, Mr. Speaker, I have proposed an allocation of Kenya shillings 138.1 billion, up from 123 billion in the current year's budget, to the health sector to support various activities and programs. This includes 6.2 billion for universal health coverage, coordination and management, 13.1 billion for primary health care, and that is up from 7.1 billion in the current year, and 430 million to provide medical cover for the orphans, elderly, and disabled persons in our society. Mr. Speaker, to lower cases of HIV, AIDS, malaria, and tuberculosis, and enhance vaccines and immunization program in the country, I have proposed 17.3 billion for the Global Fund and Kenya shillings 4.6 billion for vaccines and immunization programs respectively. Mr. Speaker, to enhance early diagnosis and management of cancer and reduce the burden of treatment of chronic and critical illnesses among Kenyans, I have proposed an allocation of 8 billion to the Emergencies, Chronic and Critical Illnesses Fund to be managed by SHA. And this has moved from 5 billion shillings in the current budget. 1 billion for construction of a cancer center at Kisii Level 5 Hospital. 100 million to strengthen cancer management in Kenyatta National Hospital. And 100 million for expansion of comprehensive cancer treatment at Kenyatta University Teaching, Referral and Research Hospital. Mr. Speaker, to improve health service delivery, I have also proposed a sum of 42.4 billion for our referral hospitals, including Kenyatta National Hospital, Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital, Kenyatta University Teaching Referral and Research Hospital, Mwai Kibaki Teaching and Referral Hospital in Othaya, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga Teaching and Referral Hospital in Kisumu, and Mathare National Teaching and Referral Hospital. Other locations include Kenya shillings 1.3 billion for the construction.
Na wego mwanchu muligere gochiasechi county nigo mwasiri John Mbade nyarakaba gakorwa sobwamu gose gobwato ka sobwamu chibesa ekerenga gose ekerengo gechi billion chimi Inye 478 billion Kenya shillings gochiasechi county ase ebiwango ao.
To support devolution, county governments will receive 405.1 billion in the financial year 2025-2026 as an equitable share of revenue raised nationally, an increase of 17.6 billion from Kenya shillings 387.4 billion in financial year 24-25. The 405.1 billion represents 25.8% of the most recently audited revenues for financial year 2020-2021, way higher than the minimum of 15% prescribed in Article 203(2) of the Constitution. In order to ensure food and nutrition security, infrastructure development, improved water and sanitation systems, among others, county governments will receive an additional 69.8 billion as additional allocations. Equalization Fund. Mr. Speaker, to support implementation of projects in the marginalized areas, 7.85 billion has been proposed as an allocation to the Equalization Fund in the financial year 2025-2026, and an additional 2.74 billion to settle outstanding arrears owed to the fund.
Na mwanchu muligere lituko lia lero nigo ensengima ya chengera lituko lio kwamiriria na kuruania ebikore bya bana bake kwaegwa emiremo gose child labor na se county ya Kisii nigo mwego yokore kasi Chinsa mochi etierio muna gutumanya muligeto Dipon Asanya.
Aso mojega buho chengera International World Day Against Child Labor. Mujega okorekana asegetige tierio egotoka ebunge ya Bonchari igurengere kerenga gyokona nobo semia igure yabana bake koegwa emiremo emekongu batagwenereti.
Jina langu ni Bernard Ewae Mansa, ni hakimu katika koti zetu hapa Kisii, na leo tumekuja hapa Itirio kwa ajili ya kusherekea hii siku kubwa ambayo ni ya watoto. And hii hali ya watoto ni against child labor, na vile tumeingia pale tumesema ya kwamba hata katiba yetu katika nchi hii yetu ya Kenya imepeana mwongozo na mwelekeo ni jinsi gani wazazi wanastahili kuchunga watoto wao na community, na hiyo ni katika kipengele cha 53(1)D.
My name is called Patrick Awini. I'm the county director in charge of the Directorate for Children's Services, and today we are here at Itirio grounds. We are celebrating the Day of the African Child and the International Day
okwanirengane iga anaime ye county ya Kisii nigo baina kyanga abana bange nigo bagendeta gwetera amakon ao
Kisii, Kericho, Nyeri and Meru. One of the root causes that is being told is poverty. Kwa sababu mtoto anapokosa chakula pale nyumbani, ndio maana unapata anaenda kufanya kazi ndio apate chakula.
The responsibility from parents and caregivers of the children, because they are not able to keep constant monitor of the children under their care.
Unconsciously, we find so many children being involved or being engaged somehow along the value chain of this agriculture. For example, tea, coffee, sugarcane, banana. We have children who are being engaged, maybe plucking.
Kurwase sector ye kigambiro boigo abana chebina.
Any child matter is supposed to be processed within 6 months. And unfortunately, it takes longer than the 6 months. That is the statutory period provided by the Children Act. And because of that very reason is that, the reason is that we are few and we cannot manage the case workload. That is the very big challenge that we are facing.
Nonyana omubaro bwa bana ensengima.
And a research that has just been released yesterday indicates that 138 million children globally are still in child labor. And out of that, 70% are in agriculture.
Chinga checho omo Deputy County Commissioner o Kisii South, Madam Grace Auma.
So today marks a very important day in the life of children. We have had issues about children trafficking, issues about defilement, issues about child labor. But in child labor, the parents or the guardians have not understood the difference between child labor and child work. And we have therefore agreed as a way forward that we'll be conducting barazas together as a team so that we advocate at the same time sensitize them.
Aseboigo serikali yaboliwe kuligereria chinyomba chiri cyo waka korondo.
County government should ensure that there's a lot of control in terms of licensing, because the stakeholders in Kisii are saying that there are so many gambling machines. I think that more and more young people are being lured towards, and that is also, either affecting their schooling or affecting even the aspect for those who are doing small businesses here. So
report ile kataseni kia obwanchete kia Getembe kuroiga asebunge ya Bonchari imeje county ya Kisii eletere na igonkoro kwa Dipon Asanya.
Na umujumbe Nakuru Town West musike Samuel Arama nigabolirie umugusibwenzi ko chamo na komosira na gusegeta iganga ya ye mwasire mukoro Dr. Fred Ekeonga Matiang'i asaba cyaro nabo mwaka bwekiri bubere na berongo ebere ne 52 munagutumenya muri Geto Dipon Asanya.
Umujumbe yoiga webunga ya Nakuru Town West uyo kugamba bona sentunda ya hagatatu imeye bunge yo nigo atebirenga okoremere mamone serikali nigintuge kwirira aseko genderera na wigo goteba buna ere buno mujumbe ni agendere ko bagakobase serikali iriwe kumburira amagendero gucyasa bamenye be Chinsa ciga asatebirenga mwaka kiri 2022 no bari asematiangi.
You must work with the government of the day. Agora bono ega o intura provozi na banda abantu matiangi mo drama ko matiangi amu da fo matiangi ene na tebia abantu ba kusina on the west 2027 otoka radio kwa David vya matiangi uwiti agenda ka we shall be there to tell people to follow them out.
Nigo akiretege mirubirio yo emanyakante buna empowerment iyo gokorwa mo negate babwata ni nane bali baheberekerete serikali yento kolengana monera tebire nobo kabira ase agendera ko bagakogikeria gatia barayikorwa sorogongo rwa Gusii abo bakoreta magendero imeyoro gongo rwa Gusii kolengana amonere ayale ayamachaya nyina boni gagendere ko bagakogenda buligana ko babenga abo bagendere ko bakubaketege eganga yayo musike Matiang'i
nara ako na kwana na Matiang'i nero na mataiti Matiang'i na batagete William Ruto. You know that is not a person who was expecting me to be taken away. I'm going to get a marangate. What else do I mean? No marangate, more marangate, more ways. Ndio mmono ya kwa draba anda marangate ya bantu babuate. I was surprised that Jerusa are segorogeria kate sumu ndoroguna Fred Matiang'i bilono. Matiang'i was with us every day to go rujikura targo go rujikura tar time. How dare you order via bantu na Matiang'i na tedi yero ta 2027 ebinde bigenda ta Kenya bono iga na ki mugora bire byo kabiri
arama nigagendera ko bagakubure gasako kyo magusio mwaka 2022 kweneke bunanko babare magega ya matiangi
yo mate na matiangi weta kikuranko irare oro tari koira patia bagusibo spiwe katupa ketukura sa gota na jalo tena uya muruto wake na nero wake kara de uya muruto to wake lakini abagusibo spi koru Nyamira paka Kisii Ototo bagende jama eri Alfred Matiang'i Ototo
na omweli oye omosko yiga kurwase orugongo rwe kaunti Nyamira nigo agendere ko baga kuburia ibirere lya gesiasa lya agendere ko bali kwene kigwemereye kaunti yiga gwika omwelio asamo bulyo mugavana gwe kaunti yiga ya Nyamira muske amuski mumenya libo koba asomo stari obosyo na ko baletamo abarayibe kaunti yiga elyo kwene kya amagenderero chinga kinera teberenga igo ale angekoye kolera serikali ya kaunti ya Nyamira magenderero ekero engakiyaye eraike
ego no mate muso tete mu kwa banyora Nairobi eso salva ba kwate issues ba nya undo kana jia bishi bako bona ko tija bako ne tega teba speaker nya baro bo ndia ba ina na ba ita sense ba ga bakorda ba tegas na ni this right time ba unte ko ra bono ega bana bara ne ega bana His Excellency bwana Nyaribo bana ba ita sense bakoro ngendo ke kurukuna retreat bana baberane Nyaribo jana speaker no yo kwa Nyabaro abaye musendo abata issues already bagwate baro bajera ne so bakora abantu banyamire gas Nyamira ntoto Nyamira no todo dra maero onyo wote onyo rechukua anywhere page marking ne ri square
ginko report ligetaseni kya wanjete kya Getembe Inye igonkuruko Polycarp okara
na omwancho muligereri obolingo ligwa bwa bosana obweni bwa bosani kubonekwa ase nyakitali ya Ekeonga Mission Hospital ase bwanyara kababo gochakali tukuli alana nigo borachikoira ange gosoborachikoira matuko atanomo bamenye Chinsa mecheni bagako nigo bagokera egetambo kerekyo ase banyaka bagotogia bali bonsi banyataka bagokikirania
bantu mbale basinyuru kogenda nyagitari kwancha mocha ama nyingine asengencho yobolemeru bwechibesa tokararanga lero nere buya toche tolete medical camp yokurwalia abantu baito bosa batali wakani kubasa chinde chonsi ase gepindi kya matukata nare bosyo ikono torega gase wodi yabo Kimonge amagenderera muimwe ebinyoro ime nekera abantu baito babwata afierengia
naende boigo abantu aba batabwatishanko babale bakonyara ko ba registered na asengenje medical camp goro kyore ne nyagitari nere na willingness yokonya abantu ase Ekeonga na beyond Ekeonga
kebwate keregento keri ambulance gotwara ntobwate oxygen ntobwate keregento paka malioga everything paka machine chonzi njiri chire mali igo toise konyora na emergency igo tole very much prepared and we can assist na ende aseli alero ni chinga kichito chakoba e ambulance ye ngebe komonyoke binyolebi echigo flash out there is critical illnesses chira chifaite chigosokigwa tomanye ngambara bitokubike clinic mbara bitoko lenta aturwali kusutuire busongo turwali
nyagitari yaitu tonya tengambi yamana ya tokonyire butami ngo jatire matukaba ngo yansire gotokonya ngo toyera maliogo twairwa maliogo na ndo sema tikoewa maliogo amange mono ayacha se tukuli alero boigo bara ibi nyagitari twatabire ngambi yamana ase njo twanse ko le change ase Ekeonga yaite nyagitari twakane iri murayo ito undabumbi yamano ase njo kwaro kiri nyagitari yaito bano ngo kinere nyariko bageke gokonya abantu bali Ekeonga
nabo twatangasire tubuye twikirega gatokonyu nabo tuli na marwera tuchandita amaisa tuchandira abantu twale maire bono chinyagitari kiabeira ale n'ubwomoro cy'abantu abangina abagotu abagaka bagotire batagutwara besa bakoyanda nyagitari na agire mbiyamo n'abaraya bagende ne chinyagitari cyeto matokonye tobeamo mogendera gutubwataga na kogendera kugwendi kunyagitari
na gukorera mwanjo omurigereria bamenyi ba omubiri yugotoke ward ya Ekeonga ime bunge ya South Mugirango nigo baboriri banyaka bakoroserigwa epara eyue korwa Chinsa mochia moma kugenda guchia yembe yabere tarigweteka asegeka na niga gocha matuko gosega gocha tukelimo magega ya bus yes kuru ya Getembe kwama ase gusukura dera Chinsa mecho yari korwa ase chikosoli ya bwatabana beskuru
Lietanguru kwa bani smakoli iga tole igale primary epare ga tengana ro mushimi wa wetera rona ro chibuaye timai tingara iga go chora eta nike wangu sajinde lakini ntotagete atokonya se pare no to weterie bindo twaire municipality ya Itogembo bono ikarere gwikera iga to ko sabo mushimi wa nyoro go kubekera mpadae ara tubekere maram tonyare konyoru gwetu kuya irinde twaira matunda itu twaira berende chinyeni Ogembo avocado ama matoke wono na botoro chingantu bwato bakongusana asika tiga igantu bwato muchande kyagara parate itu gweta
kama lieta ncho seboguku atole igari primary abakongu to bwata omo the honorable member of parliament Osoro lakini tuko na shida kidogo ya mabarabara iga amuna togo kwana lera basi no yara ile anya Kembene high school no yara ira yabwata abana bari kurwa masindano sameta abana abanyaruka boka bakajiko sugume gari gasinya bono intwoko bori waito koreiga epale yesaregete korumoma paka guchiri embe moino terigweteka na ndo buyambo linga ntwanyore municipality Ogembo abagiranga twensi bino togwete pare uchi Ogembo
eskuru yaito ya igale rigere limine para ya beire yabantu twasumbukire mono toko genda Ogembo twasinyiru kogenda echayo kanero tobwatega chigari cyangire kuoye toko ruziga twagenda bumajoge ngumbu twaje kubimiroro kakyo mwezi miwa twagosorora echaye nero togosomeria abana echaye nero tokoragira utali wanja toroserie pare nura tubekero moro ngino munyabota bota tokora kururia embe twagenda paka Ogembo ake pare mweshimi wosoro yatuchandira matuka mange twayiria abantu asu tunine garega asinsi yakuru gisimekire sana matoke abantu gano tokoyiria abantu botambe twabaire nyagitali utawanja toroserie pare kurumo manyandiwa utubekere induka tubekero no moro mubweka
samaritango kubena tisangero njiri yani ikoro ase moma ebale kwanda Ogembo na ndege yani ka liembe boige asomo simiwo soro
mwanjo muligere wikira buna to kolere Ekeonga Chinsa Inye senjera yobo ekranu chini ngoro kwaro ne Ototo nyagiri kuronse bemje diga guru Wilson Makoli na wenga sema ya transmission niga guru kwa DJ Atsan kule ngo tiga senza ya kabere nyaka boko konyora obasemi bwa Getembe
Baraka ninjo, ninjo Getembe, ninjo dorome, mangana mazi, bangina ninjo.
Muchina liso tana konyoroye agoja gutwara bwoya abwo amoroseri saku eliegera cha gutaruna banani naguchina liso wali oli osimboko barako gero muntu chikuliwa uritaise ni uritaise ngakyo na uchina liso ngakerinke muchina liso tana konyoroye amoroseri saku acha gutaruna banani kona guchina liso inomo uswati oikwale ta oyoy kente ikwale tekenyantengekyo kinyambale ikwale ta kitika kegende kinyambaranga kei muchina liso tana konyoroye agucha komoroserisa kukabunera atorwe abainani imbarabi abainani imbali totararora bali utara iguru nabo abainani enda ntoko bamanya bakaliri nani kiekora ni mukusia tena kalibike mutu yali bainani tali bali bakarosana ime bali bono batara iburwa nabo bainani nabo banike usikire igo
Baraka ninjo, ninjo Getembe, ninjo dorome, mangana mazi, bangina ninjo.
Superstores Nero eduka asorgo gurigarwa South Nyanza ya nchiri amone kampani ya mabati Rolling Mills ilikuya bwatuka uchase abaonya aiga ntubwate showroom asura achagwirigiria amabati anda usialia utagete showroom yetu nigo ere engare iyuerengia na wigo ekogokia giso yao chingagi ogoswasa bigakurigiriria amabati ayiga ntubwate timu tembo abo bagakora imirimo ase showroom yiga babwata chingoro chingiye cyo gukwarigania na wigo cyo temerie kende gensi uraganie bagotebereria company ya mabati rolling mills niko babwate amabati chingenjo ao ayuari ye chikala ao na wigo ayuiga bwata chi profile net gauges ao na mono babwata no corrugated na wigo box corrugated asimi ko babwata boomerang ayuari aye chigech emerungetato asama mabati aliaye chigech emerungebire babwata tile profiles alia oriental elegantal versatile grows na wigo na versatile mat MRM niko babwate lifestyle ayuago chana roman jinko na wigo web design babwate igani kabwate chikala buna bono lia chako gray brick red tile red maroon sky blue na wigo na green obutambe bwa mabati iga niko bokolengana amo nukonya we customer babwate bintu bindi wigo ebyo otkunyara kabo gutumika chinga cyo gwakeranya mabati iga ase nyumba yao tutari rero ase Uhuru MRM showroom onyare kabo gukwerera amabati yu akomenya sibika ayo chane warrant na wigo ayo urakwaburu kasure asubwango edukenyiga ya Uhuru Superstores igiye gutoka se nyumba ya Uhuru Complex iyo mucyugo busongo iyo irange neduka ya Safaricom wigo ngutuka bari ase nyumba ya JM Towers iyo ire angene bengi ya Credit Bank asamange bakere simgwetra sete namba chabo 0111161500 Uhuru Superstores, the people's choice, guaranteed lowest prices. Karibu nyumbani.
Gutera chinko